as a close contact to remain at school so long as they test negative and have no symptoms over a 7-day period. Otherwise, if a family did not consent or decides that, I don't want my child participating in that program, that student would have to, if they're identified as a close contact, would have to quarantine for 7 days, but not attend school for 7 days.
So it would be a missed time. So there will be no synchronized learning this school year.
There will not, and Kim and Deb can chime in on this also. We're refining a plan for students who have to, if they get sick but are well enough to engage in their studies, a way for them to remain connected and engaged with learning while they're at home, or if they have to quarantine because they're not part of the test or have chosen not to be part of the test and stay. This is going to happen, right? And we don't want students, just sitting at home and just sort of waiting to get back, and then, the burden of, on teachers to try to get those individual students caught up. So we're working on a plan for that, but simultaneous instruction, students sort of zooming into the classroom, that is not part of the plan.
I mean, we have a learning management system, Schoology, that we will access. We also have online programming. And teachers can communicate with students through Schoology as well. So, I mean,
no different than, I'm sorry, I interrupted. No different than in pre-pandemic when children were going to be out for a period of time, we always provided work for them, for them to stay on top of things. School
We'll do the minutes, I guess, and do the roll call. But all right, I have 7 o'clock. So welcome everybody to our August 24th, 2021 Lynn Zoning Board of Appeals meeting. Mary, would you call the roll, please?
Yes, Mr. Smith,
Present.
Mr. McCullough, Mrs. Fowlitz,
Present.
Mrs. Curley, Mr. Callan,
Present.
Mr. Wood.
Present. Okay, thank you, everyone. And regarding our last meeting on July 20th, right? Yeah. Our July 20th meeting, has everyone had a chance to look at the minutes, and do they have any corrections or additions to the minutes for the July 20th?
No. Motion to accept is read.
Okay, hearing none, I have a motion to accept. Can I have a second?
Second.
Okay, motion made and seconded to approve the minutes to the July 20th meeting. All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Yeah, we can't really hear it.
Okay, so the minutes to July 20th are approved. And so our first case tonight is a continued case number 9947. This is 314 Broadway. And I'll go to city.
So that's something. Could we have a report from Mr. Romano?
What's that?
So,
Could we
Yes,
get a report from Mr. Romano?
yeah,
Yeah.
so as I indicated at the last meeting, we had our appraisal received. The council at the August 10th voted to put out the bid and going to award the bid on September 28th. Anticipate only one bid, and it'll likely be Mr. Tenney. It's only for abutters, and there's only 2 abutters. It's Walgreens and Mr. Tenney. This matter probably reported by the September 28th.
Decisions about these projects. Esta es la Junta de Zonificación.
Someone have some background sound
Que
going?
hace las decisiones de los nuevos edificios y desarrollo.
Somebody's got their sound on.
Proyectos como los condominios de lujo allá en la Blossom Street. Y parece que para el momento ellos están discutiendo otra propiedad. Para el momento vamos a discutir.
You can mute him or her.
I think it's fine now.
Sounds like they
Yeah,
got it.
I just muted the person.
Oh,
Okay.
thank you.
Maybe should begin again. On
Yeah,
August,
that would be good. Thank you.
Yeah, that would be really good because it was really hard to hear you.
so at the
Okay.
August 10th City Council meeting, which was the first council meeting after the zoning board's last meeting, the Public Property Committee asked to have two pieces of property put out to bid formally. One would be the property in question at 314 Broadway. The second was some property behind Roley's in that same Wyoming Square parking lot. The Public Property Committee is going to meet again on September 28th to award that bid. So in all likelihood, Mr. Ten, the only bidder in the sense that he already has a permanent easement on the property adjacent. So it would have very little value to anyone else. So I anticipate, and the City Council anticipates, that the award will happen on September 28th, and that by the time of the September 28th, so this appeal will be withdrawn after the bid opening and bid evaluation at the 28th council meeting.
Mr.
Okay.
Chairman, motion to continue.
Okay, thank you, Jim. And so thanks, Mr. Callen, for that motion. So can I get a second on that to continue?
I'll second.
Okay, second from Terry, Ms. Krawitz. And so as far as our associate members, if you would sit on the cases in order, I have you written down as Flory, Sun, and Gagne. So Flory, you would vote on this one, please?
No problem.
Flory, you got that?
Yes, I got it.
Okay, great. Okay, so Mary, if you want to call the roll on this now and that order of the associate members.
Back.
Mr. Makua? Yes,
Yes.
to continue.
Yes, to continue.
Mrs. Mr. Smith? To continue?
Yes, to continue.
Well, no, it's actually just Flory and then the other four regular members that are here.
Okay. Mr. Callen?
Yes, they continue.
Mrs. Krawitz?
Continue.
And Mr. Wood?
Yes, to continue. And so that'll continue then.
Thank you.
And a second case, number 9975, that's 150 Blossom Street. They have submitted a letter to withdraw without prejudice.
It's on now, withdraw without prejudice.
Motion to allow to withdraw the petition without prejudice.
Okay, thank you, Ms. Callen. We have a motion to withdraw. Can I have a second on that?
Second.
Who is that with a second?
Sorry, my volume's not that great.
Who seconded?
Mrs. Krawitz?
Okay, great. Okay. Did you call the roll then, Terry?
Sure. Who's on this case?
Son.
A son? Okay. Mr. Wooten? To withdraw without prejudice, 150 Blossom?
Yes,
Okay,
to withdraw without prejudice.
Mrs. Krawitz?
Yes, to withdraw without prejudice.
Mr. Callen?
Yes, to withdraw without prejudice.
Mr. Wood?
Yes, to withdraw without prejudice.
Thank you.
Okay. That was a quick one. Okay, let's see. And of our new cases, we have case number 9970, and that is 239 Eastern Ave. And I do have a letter from City Council President Darren Sear. And, oh, great. Can you put that letter up, son?
Yes, hold on one second. Let me just quickly
Thank you.
find it.
I have it in my email, but I don't have it.
Sorry, I had on my emails here. 1 second.
Great. Okay. Thank you, son. Okay, this is dated August 24th.
That's the wrong one.
Oh, yeah, that's the wrong one, yeah.
Did someone just forward me that email one more time? I thought I forwarded it to this email account. Sorry.
Want to take that case for now, then?
Maybe
997.
just
Want
if
to
we
take
just
that,
read this, I'll forward it to myself again.
want to take that for that second case, then 9980, 9979 466 Eastern Ave. Is that the letter you had there?
Yeah. Do you want to do that case instead?
Yeah, if you got that letter handy.
Okay.
Okay, we're gonna hit.
Mr. Wood,
Yes.
I have the folder here for 239 Eastern Ave, if you'd like me to read the letter for you.
Okay. You okay, son? We'll stay with that one then. So so we're here in case number 9970, 239 Eastern Ave, and we have a letter from
Yeah, go ahead.
Darren Sear. Want to read the letter, Mary?
Dear Chairman Wood, I respectfully request the above mentioned petition be tabled in order that I may review the plans and speak with the petitioner and the neighbors. Thank you in advance for your assistance in this matter. Sincerely, Darren Sear, Council President.
Okay, so hearing that,
Russ,
can I get a motion to continue?
Rick,
Yes.
it's Jean. I finally got on this damn thing. Is Mary all right?
Yep.
Because she always sets me up on it. I've called her twice and she hasn't called me back. I thought something was wrong with her.
Left her phone at work.
Left her phone at work, yeah.
What?
She left her phone at work.
Oh,
Okay, so we just heard a letter from Council President Sear on this, and can I get a motion to continue?
Motion to allow the continuance.
Okay, thanks, Mr. Callahan. We got a motion. Can I get a second?
A second.
Is that Terry?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, Ms. Crowell seconded. So can we call the roll on that, Mary?
who's on this case, Rick?
This is Son. No.
Son was on the last
this
case.
is Anya.
So
This is
Mr.
Anya.
Smith? Mr. Smith? Okay.
Yep.
Mr. Smith, to continue
Yes, to continue.
to the 21st of September. Mrs. Crowitz, to continue to September 21st.
Yes, to continue.
Mrs. Curley, to continue to September 21st.
I have no idea what we're continuing.
She's not on this. She's
What?
not on this, Mary.
I
Mary,
don't
she's
know.
not on this case.
Okay. Mr. Calnan
Yes, to continue.
and Mr. Wood.
Yes, to continue. Okay, so case number 9970 is continued to our next meeting, September 21st.
Will someone please tell me what we're continuing?
That was case number 9970, 239 Eastern Ave. We're continuing until the next meeting at the request of the City Council
Thank you.
President, Darren Sear. And so now case number 9979. And so all the regular members will sit on this case. And this is for 466 Eastern Ave. And now again, this is in City Council President Darren Sear's home ward, and he would like to confer with the neighbors on this case. So he has sent us a letter regarding it. Do we have that letter available to put on the screen, son?
Rick, I have both letters if you need them.
Okay. If son can get it up, but are you trying to get that up, Mr. Wooten?
Yes, but I think it's embedded in the email.
Okay.
Mary, can you read it? Sorry.
Yeah.
Would you like me to read it,
Yes,
Chairman?
please, yeah.
Okay.
It's dated today, right?
August 17th, 2021. That was a meeting we were supposed to have to begin with.
Right, yeah.
There it is.
Oh,
Okay.
you got it. Okay.
Okay, I'll read it. So dated August 17th, it's from City Council President Darren Sanders. Says, Dear Chairman, would I respectfully request the above mentioned petition be tabled in order that I may review the plans and speak with the petitioner and the neighbors. Thank you in advance for your assistance in this matter. Sincerely, Darren Sear, Council President. So with taking that into consideration, can I get a motion to continue this till our next meeting?
Rick, excuse me.
Yeah.
Excuse me, Rick. We also have a letter from the lawyer that wanted to continue this case.
You wanted to what?
Sam Vitale also, Attorney Vitale sent a letter, just so you know, to continue this case.
Motion to continue.
Excuse me, I'm sorry. Are people who are not on the board allowed to talk at this moment?
Not at this moment, no.
Okay.
I see Mr. Genge, but the meeting is not open to consideration now because it's not going to be continued. We're not going to discuss the issue now. Your city councilor has requested that we table it so that you can meet with him and neighbors.
I understand. I just had a brief question about what meeting was supposed to be last week because nobody got a notice for a meeting last week.
No, there was no meeting last week. Our meeting ordinarily would be August 17th, but there was some difficulty getting the proper notice into the newspaper. It has to be 2 weeks notice for every meeting.
I see.
And so the notice wasn't in soon enough, so the meeting was pushed back to tonight.
Sorry for the confusion. Thank you.
No problem. So now this will be tabled or continued until our next meeting, September 21st, if the board sees it that way. So do I have a motion to continue?
Yes, and I'll second it.
Okay, who made the motion? Mr. Callahan and Ms. Crowitz seconded it. Mary, can you call the roll?
Who did you put on this case?
All the regular members are on it.
Oh, you're only doing 4? Okay.
Oh, there's 5. Jean's here. Oh, no, that's right. We're still missing one.
No, I'm not. I'm right here.
No, Jean, no. We're counting the one that's the member that's not here anymore. You're all set, Jean.
We are still missing one. That's why I'm confused. It's been coming and going. Okay, so then sitting on this one would be Mr. Makua. So it's me, Terry.
Okay. So continue to September 21st, 466 Eastern Ave. Mr. Makua?
Yes, to continue.
Mrs. Crowitz?
Yes, to continue.
Mrs. Curley?
Yes, to continue.
Mr. Kalman?
Yes, to continue.
And Mr. Wood to continue?
Yes, to continue.
Thank you.
Those two are continued. That was it. 716. Okay, our next case is case number 9980, 105 Newhall Street. And let's see, 105 Newhall Street. So, let's see, petitioner Obosa Akator by his representative Dion Krieger. And the petition is to vary the provisions of the City of Lynn zone ordinance to allow the conversion of a single-family dwelling into a two-family dwelling without sufficient frontage, square footage, and setbacks. Okay. Any comments from the board before we dig in?
Mr. Chairman, I'd like to talk before we get going on this about some violations that have not been stated. One is a certified parking plan, and the other is a certified plot plan, all made up by professional land surveyors. I think we ought to consider this, let the petitioner get this information to the board.
Okay, so you're saying since we don't have professional plans, you're saying?
Well, no, there's two items that they didn't have in the call of the meeting. And that's a setback for the parking plan in the rear and on the sides. Those are zoning violations. Because you have to have 5 foot of space all around the perimeter of the lot. You can't use that for parking, except if this board allows it. And we don't have a proper plan showing it.
And so we see right now this Laurel Associates. Is that got a stamp on it? A certified stamp?
Well, yeah, but it doesn't show a certified parking plan showing the violations.
So if that's drawn by I see 3 parking spaces in back there. Are those certified?
No, they're not.
Huh.
Are you saying is it because they don't show the distance between the parking spaces and the edge of the perimeter of the lot?
And the rear line.
And the rear line.
Yeah, that's going to be part of what we're considering.
And I'd like to know why 2 of the parking spaces are almost the same size and 1 is so little. What is that about? It's so narrow.
Well, that's why it's got to be certified
Oh, guys, am I allowed to speak?
by a professional.
Yes, my name is Dion Krieger. I'm the petitioner, and I'm representing the petitioner. So I don't understand the question on that. We have the parking in the back, and they are the same size. I don't know how we have the misunderstanding.
I'm looking at what you people sent in here, and there's 2 of them are one size and 1 is skinny.
I don't know what you're looking at, Gene, but I see 3 same size.
I see 3 equal, yeah.
Yeah, same here.
Well,
there's no dimension.
Mine is different than yours. The one in the middle is narrow.
No, that's just a line, another line that's going through the parking space.
So why is it there?
I don't know. Good question.
Is this that is showing the distance between the addition, the new proposed addition to the rear of the lot, which is 35 feet. Yeah. That dotted line is just showing the distance between the proposed addition to the rear lot. So the lot line.
I want to see parking spaces that say how long they are and how wide it is. That's what it's supposed to be.
Yeah, and I have an additional plan on the package that I submitted today with the USB that has a site plan which shows the dimensions of the parking lot. That one, yeah.
But why don't we have it?
But it don't show the setbacks.
Huh?
Doesn't show the setbacks, which we need to see.
Yeah, that's one of the things that we're looking to get a variance for, because we
have to see that on a plan.
Well,
no wells about it. That's a certified parking plan and a certified plot plan.
Both of them are certified, sir. They have stamped on it.
Yeah, but are they marked on the ground? Well, we don't see that certification.
It is marked. It's red on the right bottom. It's stamped by an engineer.
Yeah, but we don't see that.
I think some of the members.
We don't see the distance from the certified lines.
Okay, I think that some of the members want to see if this is the property line, the dimension to the parking spot, and they want to see all of the parking spot dimensions. I think that's what they're looking for, some of the members.
Well, yeah, I mean, in essence, we have that. It says 18 feet and 9 feet each. So it's just, all right. And we can always mark down the potential 5 feet line, which was potentially that will need to be in relation to what it is now that we're trying to get a variance from. Maybe is that what you're trying to ask me to do it?
Mr. Chairman, I'm looking for a certified parking plan by a professional land surveyor. Period.
It's not correct. We should be seeing the dimensions of the parking lot. And like the top one, the one that we see 3 cars, and the one at the top of the screen there, we should see a line for there's no end of the parking space there. And then we should see there should be almost 2 lines. Yeah, that's what we should be seeing. And then we should see a line at the beginning, a measure, how far it's supposed to be 5 feet all the way. So it's deficient in terms of the information we need to see.
Yeah, no, I understand that, but if you look at on the below, the 3rd car below, there is an 18 feet mark right there, which kind of gives you the dimension of all the 3 lines. And yes, that we don't have that one, yes. Which kind of I mean, if I have to code every single line, that's fine, I will do that. But then if we're gonna, one of the things that we're trying to get it, because it's such a narrow parking lot, and also to get some green space, is to get a variance on the setback, the parking setback, and so we can get a good landscape in the back and also maneuver the cars. If we go back to a 5 feet, it's okay. We can still have that done. It's just gonna have less landscape in the back. That's about it, So the idea was that what we're trying to achieve is that less that we go towards the lot line is better to maneuver, and we have more landscape. It's one of the variances, or one of the setbacks variance that we're seeking. Actually, it's the only one there. Everything else. Oh no, and then the driveway, as you guys can see, the driveway is 12 feet in the beginning. As it goes down towards the end of the house, there's this. It's 10 feet. So we narrowed 2 feet towards the edge of where the addition is. That little corner where you see 8'6.25". Then there's a code that says 10'5", and which is our distance between lot line and corner of the building. So we're missing that 2 feet that we need for a driveway in that particular corner. So those dimensions are the one that we're seeking as far as new dimensions that we're seeking variance, which is the driveway. It narrows down in a particular corner in the middle of the driveway, and the setback where we're going to park the car near the lot line, the rear lot line. That's one of, the addition that we're proposing we ain't not encroaching, we're following the setbacks that we needed to follow. And which is, and then so in essence, we're trying to get a setback, since we have a situation already, existing condition on the frontage and the right side wall. We are extending them toward upwards, and we're going to kind of extending a non-conforming structure or non-conforming walls. So we just taking something existing and extending. So we're extending a non-conforming wall. So what I'm saying is that the new non-conforming that we're creating is those on the parking, which is the rear lot line, the rear parking, and the 12 feet that becomes a 10 in the middle. Everything else is just like kind of existing conditions that we're just extending, So, but if we're missing, or if the parking lot, it feels like we need some more work, then that's okay. We can clarify that.
Yeah, the board would apparently like to see, I know I would like to see a true parking plan with the lines and the setbacks that are there. I don't see enough room I think it's a very tight space. I don't see any kind of room for snow removal.
Where do you have room for snow storage?
Pardon me?
Where do you have room for snow storage?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I don't see any.
In the winter time.
Okay, are there any other questions?
Yeah, I believe we should have continue this, so we have plans 18 by 24 minimum, a copy of that I'll distribute to all the members, and clarifying the setbacks and what I've been talking about.
Right. And okay, so just to continue the hearing, the formal aspect of it, is there anyone else that wants to speak in favor of this petition? Anyone else wants to speak in favor of it? So hearing no one else wants to speak in favor of it, I'll close that portion of the hearing and open it for anyone who wants to speak in opposition to this petition. If anyone wants to speak in opposition, I will give a little time since we're on Zoom. I'll give it a couple minutes just to make sure if anyone is trying to get in. So we'll just take a couple minutes and see if anyone wants to call in opposition. Mr. Wooten, can you put the picture of the neighborhood up?
Yeah, it's that one.
So that's the spot there. Right?
Yeah.
You got it. We are gonna, we intended to take that deck, which is falling apart down, and make that our access to the driveway. I mean, as a driveway towards the back. Right now it's a parking spot, which barely makes for a single family, barely a parking spot.
Is this going to end up being a two-family, or are you going to sell it for condos?
No, two family. The intention is rental.
Okay, hearing no one else calling in. And then you mentioned continuing this so we can get a proper plot plan with a parking plan. I don't.
Professional land surveyor.
Professional land survey, okay. Okay, so we have that motion from Mr. Callahan to continue so that the petitioner can get a professional land surveyor to do a specific parking and setback deficiency, I guess you'd say, chart or plot plan. So can I get that motion? Can we get a second?
Second.
Okay, we have a second from Mrs. Curley. And Mary, could you call the roll, please?
Yes, who's on this case?
Oh, I'm sorry. Danya was on the last one, or who was on the last one?
I was on the last one,
Mr.
Danya.
Danya, okay, so I guess we'll go up to Florrie at the top of the list.
I was on Eastern Ave.
Okay.
Mr. Wooten?
Mr. Wooten, then. Sorry for you guys for not keeping track of those. Want to call the roll, Mayor?
Yeah, who did you put on that?
Mr. Wooten.
Okay. Mr. Wooten to continue to September 21st?
Yes, to continue to September 21st.
Thank you. Mrs. Crowitz to continue September 21st?
Yes, to continue.
Thank you. Mrs. Curley to continue to September 21st?
Yes, to continue.
Mr. Callen to continue September 21st?
Yes, to continue.
And Mr. Wood to continue to September 21st?
Yes, to continue. All right.
Thank you guys. Appreciate it.
You're welcome.
See you on the 21st. Take care.
Okay, yeah. Okay, so that concludes our business tonight. Unless anyone has any comments, I can get a motion to adjourn.
Motion to adjourn.
Seconded, all in favor?
Aye.
Can I ask a question?
Absolutely.
I just like to know what I missed here in the first place. What do we do with Broadway?
Broadway was continued. It looks like it's coming to a close. They have appraised it. It's only, it looks like Mr. Tenney from the hardware store will be the only one interested in it, really, or possibly Walgreens because they're the abutter, but they haven't expressed any interest. So it looks like it's going to come to a close really soon now. And then Blossom Street was withdrawn without prejudice. And,
Thank you.
and then both Eastern Avenue cases were.
Yeah, that I was here for, hon. Thank you very much, Rick.
You're welcome. All right. Well, I guess that'll do it, everyone. Enjoy the rest of August, and we'll see each other back on September 21st.
Hopefully in person.
Yes, hopefully.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Recording stopped.
Job as usual.
All right.
Bye-bye.
Thanks, everybody. Bye.
Good night, all.
Yeah.